throughout my many years on the YouTubes, I have been through a lot of cameras. I mean, a lot. I actually just sold a few of my cameras, but just here on my desk, I have this guy, I have the one I'm filming with, I have a webcam that I turned into a webcam that was actually a mirrorless camera that I used. I have this guy, I have my phone, I have this guy, JK, he's just a cute little Polaroid camera. But I have been through a lot of cameras and a lot of gear. And if I was starting in 2024, I definitely wouldn't have this many cameras. And I definitely would make it a point to kind of start out simple and not feel like I had to get into things like this too quick. Because honestly, I've had this Sony a7S III since 2020, I guess. And I still know I'm not using all the features on it. So if I was starting in 2024, aka those of you who are starting in 2024, this is all I would have. Hi, hello, what's up? Welcome back. I am still in my Steve Jobs shirt if you watched the last video because I was too lazy to go change my shirt. So you get Steve Jobs Jessica again because why not? Okay, here's the deal. I'm not really going to talk about lighting or things like that in my camera gear video because I don't really use a ton of external lighting. I want to, and I'm rearranging my office. Oh, actually, look, it's much cleaner than it was. And my chair is back here now. And then we've got a big open space back here I got to fix. But look at all this shit. Look at, hold on. This is all like 4 bags of trash plus this stuff that have to be thrown away. Plus these boxes. These were just random baskets. These books I'm going to give away. I moved the credenza thing out here. It's my vacuum cleaner. And so some of this stuff still has to be put away too. But I had to do like a major overhaul of my office because I want to bring back my other desk where I can sit and have like a scene when I'm filming of me at a desk. And I just, like, I'm at a desk right now, but I can't get my camera far enough back for you to see that I'm at a desk, you know? So I had to do some rearranging. And I will eventually have a setup where I have some lights like mounted because I got a vari pole that's going to go across my office and be able to mount things too. But that's not the point, okay? So I'm not going to talk a lot about lights. 1, it's not a huge area of expertise for me. And 2, I just don't use a lot of lights. I have a ton of windows in my office and that can be problematic because I can't necessarily control the lighting as well in here unless it's dark. And I do have blackout curtains, but that's still not perfect. And so we just roll with what we've got, right? And I use the intelligent auto on the camera that I'm filming on right now, which is the Sony ZV-E1, which I will talk more about in a second. And I just let it do its thing when I'm just here in my office. So I'm not really going to talk a lot about lights, not my expertise, not something I use a ton of, something I have used a ton of and will use a ton of, but for now, we're not going to talk about it. Okay, here's the deal. I'd like to be able to tell you that if I was starting in 2024, I would start with my phone. But I probably wouldn't. And the reason is as good as these cameras are, and they're amazing, they really are, I want more flexibility out of my camera and less of like having to fix things and then turn it around and fix things and turn it around. And I want to be able to do a bit more, but also plus, I find filming on my phone to be more annoying than just filming on a regular camera.
Oh, this is so annoying.
Like with this camera, I just take out the SD card and I put it in my computer and I edit. On my phone, I have to like airdrop the files and half the time there's like one here and then a picture of my kids and then one here and then a picture of my kids and then a screenshot because I saw somebody say something really dumb on Facebook and I have to comb through them and it's just easier for me to film with a camera and it's what I prefer. So as much as I'd like to say I'd use my phone, I probably wouldn't. But let me just tell you that if I could have one camera, if the rules of this video, which they're not because I make the rules, but if the rule of this video was you get to pick one camera that you get to tell them about, I'd get this guy. This is the DJI, there's the top of my head. This is the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. And this bad boy films amazing quality content. It has a built-in gimbal so you can like move around and not get shaky. You can absolutely put this on a tripod and film just the same as I am with this. You can actually even film in log footage. So if you are somebody who likes to color grade or likes to apply LUTs to your footage, you can use that. It's really easy to switch between horizontal and vertical content. And the built-in mic is really, really good if you're just kind of holding it here, but it also has a mic that comes with it if you get the creator kit that you can clip on your shirt and make even better sound with. And honest to Pete, if I had to pick one camera that I have in my arsenal that I was just getting started, that I needed something I could take with me, but I could also use in my office, that I could also have good audio with, that I wouldn't have to struggle and finagle with, it would be this guy. It would. It's just too good. Now, for me personally, I like to have a camera that's more of a vlog camera in addition to like the camera that I have set up in my office. And the reason for that is I like to know that I can just come in here and hit record. So my dog, I think we've talked about this, but my dog Rip, he is a very lazy dog, and he likes to sleep a lot. And I've basically trained him to spend the first like couple of hours in the morning awake and like doing his thing, and then he sleeps basically all day until I go get my kids. And so if I have to like run out to the car to get a camera that I left in the car because I was like vlogging with it or whatever, it's gonna mess up everything that I've got going, because he'll wake up and then I'm like, oh, I have to like play with him for a few minutes before he'll sleep, go back to sleep. But not only that, like if I add barriers to my filming situation, like I have to go find a camera or grab it out of a camera bag or whatever, then it's not as easy for me to come in and just sit down and hit record and film. And that's what I like to do. So I like to have one camera here in my office and one camera that I like throw in my bag when I go out the door. And that's where this has really come in handy for me. I literally keep this in my car or like in my bag or something all the time. And right now, my office computer is my Sony ZV-E1 with a 20mm 1.8 lens. And I absolutely love this setup. This camera is super lightweight, has the same sensor as the A7S III, and it's cute because it's white and most cameras are black. It's kind of fun to be a little different. I'm using this in my office setting because the lighting can be a little weird, and I can use the intelligent auto and I can like do those types of things, and it's just easier. So again, I like the ease of use of this. But I am currently setting up my office to be able to have like a quick release plate and mount for my A7S III, because I love filming with this so much, and I love filming like super, good looking videos with this. Not that this one doesn't do it too, but I have a different purpose for this camera. And so I will be mounting this and like having like a quick release plate to where I can grab it if I need to go out the door with it. But I'm getting ahead of myself, or I'm getting distracted. Where I was going with this is that for me personally, I like to have a vlog camera and a stationary in the office camera. And so I personally, if I were starting in 2024, would have this setup that I showed you a second ago, and the Sony ZV-E1 with this 20mm lens, or even something like this 16-35 lens that I have on the A7S III. And that way I can get the beautiful blurry background. If it's like dreary and gross outside, it's okay. And I can just leave it set up in my office all the time. That's what I personally would have. But like I say, if the rules of this were you can only have one, I'd pick this guy because it's so much more versatile than a bigger camera just in general. Now I have the set of these like wireless mics from DJI that has like the 2 in it. I can't get to them right now because they're beyond those bags of trash and I don't want to move them. But they're very similar to this one that comes with the Pocket 3. And I absolutely love these mics for being able to like clip them on my shirt, walk around. They cut out a ton of echo in my office. I love them. But sometimes I'm wearing a shirt where they don't work as well. For instance, this shirt, the collar's really high. And if I put that on, it's a little finicky. And just in my office, I like to be able to just sit down. So I would choose one of the Sony wireless hot shoe mount mics. I honestly don't even know which one I have, but I will make sure I link it below because there's several of them. But this is really good quality audio, and it's on the top of my camera, and I'm close enough to my camera where it's not super echoey. It could be better, but it's great. And it's great to just like have on a camera at all times and not have to be like clipping things to you. So I would definitely pick up one of those, but also the pack of these DJI Mic 2 mics because they're spectacular. And they even make a new wireless transmitter that works with the Sony hot shoe because it's multi-interface. And so it works with that to make it to where you don't even have to have the auxiliary cable that goes from the mic thing on top of the camera to the camera. So I would definitely get one of those too. And honestly, that's probably all I would have. I would probably have this set up, the Sony ZV-E1 set up just like I have it now, and that extra set of the Mic 2 mics, and I'd call it a day. Now, I love photography a lot. And so I do always have to have a photo camera as well. Now, the Sony ZV-E1 can take really good photos. So if you're looking for something that's like a hybrid, it's a great option. But because I'm a dork, I do like to have a more upgraded like photography setup, and I do like to have that separate from my video setup for the same reason that I talked about earlier, where I don't want to have to like, you know, be grabbing something all the time and things are separate. And so I do have a Sony a7 IV that I absolutely love for photography that I would keep for photography, but I don't feel like that's what this video is about. So I just wanted to mention it as like an honorable mention, but not really part of the video. Oh wait, I forgot one thing, okay, that I definitely would have, because this has been a struggle for me for a long time, and I've just found this solution and I love it so much. This is specifically if you are a Sony user, and because I do have a shit ton of Sony cameras, this is absolutely perfect for me. So this is like the Tri-Charge from Peter Lindgren. I always have to look at his name because I can't remember if it's got a D or not. But Lindgren, he is a fellow YouTuber, and he created this bad boy. And what it does is it charges, and so there's like an in port here. It charges 3 batteries at one time. I'm missing one here, but 3 batteries at one time. You can also, once it is charged, you can also charge things with it. But also there are slots up here for SD cards and mini SD cards and all the things. So it is the perfect thing for traveling because all your batteries are like in here, and then you can like grab them as you go. Your cards are in here, you can grab them as you go. But for me, because everything I use takes the same battery, the ZV-E1, the Sony a7S III, the a7 IV that I have for photography, they all take the same battery. I have a ton of these batteries. I have like 6 or 7 of them. And so if I can keep them all charged all the time, then I mean, that's ideal. So I leave this plugged in at my desk so that it's constantly got 3 batteries, missing one, that are charging at all times. And I would absolutely have this as a Sony user from the jump. All right, folks, that is all for me today. I have some really fun videos coming for y'all soon. Like, I'm so stoked about my content lately. So excited. But I have some really fun videos, so don't forget to come back around for those. And if you want to see my video about the DJI camera situation here, I'll make sure it's popping up on the screen right now so you can go give that a little look-see. And until next time, peace out, Girl Scout.